Godzilla 2014. So we are now going to be talking about the MonsterVerse movies because Godzilla v Kong is right around the corner, I guess. And I do have a couple other fun King Kong and Godzilla related videos that I'm also going to throw into the mix. Surprise videos, so stay tuned on the channel for that. But we are going to talk about Godzilla 2014. And this is a movie I actually haven't seen in a while. I actually have had this 4K for a long time. And I never actually popped it in because I was waiting for the chance to talk about another one of these MonsterVerse movies being closer. And so, now I was able to finally pop it in. It's not a movie I rewatch very often, even though I do think it's a good movie. It's a weird movie because this movie is both better and worse than I remember. Better than I remember because I turned on the movie and I got really into it. I got really into Bryan Cranston's story, and I remembered he fucking dies. It's not really a spoiler. It's like a 10-year-old movie now. Crazy. I'm old. Because I remember seeing this movie in the theater, and it was a fun theater experience. All these Godzilla movies are fun to see in the theater, but yeah, it was a fun movie, but it was just disappointing with that. And then, I forgot how ugly this movie is. It's weird because there's parts of this movie that have great direction to it. What is this? Is it Gareth Edwards that did this one? Is it? Yeah, Gareth Edwards. He's a great director with stuff like The Creator and Rogue One and stuff like that. It makes gorgeous cinematography. But this movie is not really that. Like, there's some really cool moments of cinematography. But what he's really great at in this movie is showing, like, the human effect of Godzilla coming around. You see all the, like, lower perspectives, the people. You don't see a lot of Godzilla. People complain the human characters are boring, and that's absolutely true. Like, after Bryan Cranston's character just fucking dies in this movie, you lose interest in all the humans. But I think he's able to keep you engaged, even though there's not a lot of Godzilla action in this movie, because the lower perspective of all the humans is just the way it's shot and the way things are just put together is just engaging enough. I think it's not the best American Godzilla movie because of that, because there just isn't enough Godzilla and it doesn't really have much to say other than just kind of being a dumb disaster movie. But as that, it works for what it's trying to do. It's interestingly shot in a unique, well enough made movie that I actually really do enjoy this movie. And I do think that this movie is a very strong American Godzilla movie that made people interested in seeing more. But even though this movie didn't really work, because it's kind of interesting, this movie came out and a lot of people's complaint like there wasn't enough Godzilla, but yet they still came back for more. And I think that shows there is something to this movie that works despite not enough Godzilla being in it. And I think that's something I appreciate about this movie. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.